Hey YouTube, Sir Bob White here, up with another trip to Armadyl Boss. This one was from a few days ago, and we did get that armor chest plate. So as you can see, it's in Alice 130's name, and we did have one other person, the C3 real killer with a 3. Anyways, but all from the clan chat, Billy Bulls with a Z at the end. So if you're interested in getting, some people together for a boss, it's a good one to go. But enough of that. Let's go see how we got this armor chest plate drop. So I'm gonna be going over gear and how to get there. So what I do is I teleport from Trollheim or teleport to Trollheim, and right before this, I was up there getting KC, and my what do you call it, myth grapple broke, and so I couldn't get back out of the where I was, which was on the wrong side of the it's like a gap. Anyways, so I had to go back and grab one of my ecumenical keys, which was the last one I had at the time. So, but anyways, so you can see I teleported to Trollheim and run around the top part if you look at the mini map. Then I'm going to I turn my range prayer on when I'm going and getting, this is pretty standard, but for you of those who are very, have been here before, this is old hat. So anyway, then there is a part here where you want to pray melee against the wolves. You don't have to, but sometimes they can, hit you for a bit. I tried to revert my teletab, but I should have done it earlier or when I'm not being attacked, because it won't go through at this point. So then you climb down here. If it's your first time here, you definitely want to bring a rope for this. But after the first time you do it, you don't have to bring a rope anymore. And then, since I'm doing Armadyl, I want to go south, and you can see all the Sarah people are following me. Sometimes you would want to switch to like range, because the mage will be there. It's not super bad. You're only going to be there for a minute. You can just pray whatever is attacking you. And then from here, you can kill the advances. Those are the flying, like, what you call it, peoples. Or you can just go into the encampment here. To do this, you want to equip your myth grapple and then click on the little half arch there. And then once you're here, normally you get your KC, or if you have your key like I do this time. I'm really burnt about that, because I was like halfway through KC and then the thing broke. I shouldn't have jumped back and forth between it, because sometimes they go out there outside the encampment and kill a couple of the lower levels. But anyways, when your team is ready, then you'll want to go over here by where you can see the dot, the purple dot on my mini map. Just hang out until the rest of the team is ready. And then you would go in the door, and it'll drain your 40 followers, or if it uses a key, it'll use the key. Anyways, we're going to chill here. I'm going to talk a little bit about my inventory. Top right of my inventory is the tele tab, and you want to probably put this to your house. I take 2 of the Trollheims, because I use the 1 Trollheim, and then as soon as I get here, or get the Trollheim, I usually revert it back. This time I didn't for whatever reason. This is again my setup, but I have 3 bastion pots. The ecumenical key, which you're doing kill count, you won't have to have. And I just did a couple more ecumenical keys. So if there is guides out there a lot better, but if you have any other questions about it, let me know. And then most of the other inventory is just food. So I've got mana rays, and then I've got 4 restore potions. I have a rune pouch with alch runes in it. You could bring like venge runes, some people do. I guess I really don't have to have alch runes, but if you're getting KC, sometimes you'll get stuff that you can alch. like rune pluses, and sometimes they help offset you getting KC. So that's why I bring that. The other thing I really suggest you bring, especially for longer trips, if you have at least two people, is bones to peach tabs, because they will help you. Because everything in there, when you kill it, drops bones to peaches. You click one click, and then you guys know how bones to peaches work if you've been around RuneScape at all. So, and then one last thing is I want to talk a little bit about the Bastion Potion. It does cost a lot more than a ranging potion, but it's definitely worth it. Basically, it's range and defense potion mixed into one thing. That's like what do you call it? The brown looking potions in my inventory, the top one. So instead of having blue potions at the top, that's why I have the Bastion. So anyway, not everybody is familiar with them, but they are definitely worth getting. You just buy them on G. They might be like 10k each or something, but if you're bossing, or you definitely want higher stat, higher stats in range and defense. For me, my defense is pretty low, so I would, you know, I really put that extra defense to good use, and it's not worth bringing just defense separately. So, because you definitely want as much food so you can get longer trip. And he's gonna trade me and show me what he has in his. So range, defense, or the super restores, prayer, and some angler fish. So it's pretty standard setup. Oh, I'm talking and not paying attention. Everybody else ran in before me. So when you run in here, you want to activate. Everybody activates range, and you just don't dig it off when there's people, or when there's minions left. So for me, I got kind of a weird placement for the first kill. I'm just gonna try to kill it on this side, and then come back from the other side. I would run out and try to get in the corner where everybody else is, but if I do that, I might get hit with melee from Kree, so I don't want to do that. So Kree's down, then you do the melee minion. He'll be the one all the way in the corner attacking everybody else, and once he's dead, then you go for the other ones. The other two, it doesn't really matter which. I've found the other ones die pretty quick. The melee one has higher range defense, I believe, so he takes a minute, not as long as the boss, obviously, but the minions will all die within a few seconds. It doesn't take long. So after that, there is an altar just like the other ones. You can pray every 10 minutes, and for every arma aligned item that you're wearing, not in your inventory, but you're wearing, it'll give you a boost. So what I usually do is I pray at the altar, then I start the little stopwatch on my like watch or whatever. Sometimes just phone. Just depends. And then just wait for it to count down. So when you're waiting for it to count down, there's a few things you can be doing. If you have the myth grapple, you can probably drop it or whatever if you need more inventory space, and pick up bones to peaches. Like the only thing that you really don't want to pick up that they drop is the feathers. They're just annoying. It makes sense that they're birds, they drop feathers, but there's not enough of them to really make a difference. So to me, it's just more
No, I can't hear
inconvenience
you,
than
Ed.
everything.
Oh, he's up.
And most of the time I'd be on Discord when I'm doing this, so you might hear my previous self or past tense self, um, um, excuse me, interrupt myself as I stutter through the rest of the video. Um, but basically, what I do when we're up here is either get in the phone call, or on Discord with the other people. For whatever reason, the other two people I was with both had Discord things, or maybe I'm just that type of guy nobody wants to listen to. Anyways, so we're gonna go through a few more kills, and I believe from now on I didn't cut out anything. It's just a longer clip, just to see the rotation or whatever. So if you have any questions, just oh, there it jumps again. So, but yeah, it's pretty standard. If you have rigor, you pray rigor. If you have, other prayers you want to pray. but you don't have to pray anything other than range pray. You don't switch it for anything. If something is attacking you and click it, it's going to push you back against the wall. You're going to take a lot of damage like everybody does. There's no tank. That's pretty much it. I mean, just sit there. You know, some people bring Cerebrews. I brought 2 just to try them out for this one, because you don't want to eat it in the middle of the fight because it really gets you down low. But let's say that you're really low, less than half HP. I can click 2 Cerebrews, and especially if I need prayer, I'll restore back up because it holds more HP, if that makes sense. So that's why I brought them, and it actually worked out. But I wouldn't bring more than maybe 4. Not even probably that. It's just to help extend your trip. And if I was soloing, I wouldn't even bring 1. Just because as soon as you take a sip, you're going to have to reboost your stats and then get your range up above 100 again. So it's just not worth it. This player right here, Alice 130, he's my brother. Anyways, he's actually using a twisted bow, so that's why you can see a lot of the big hits and stuff. Like, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that with an ACB, so anyway. But yeah, it's an incredible weapon. It's very good on this boss. It's best in slot. But as you can see, he gets probably, out of the 3 of us, he gets 60% of the kills. But every once in a while, it's not super accurate, so it does fail. I guess I can lead off and tell you what I think about the twisted bow, which I think it is a really neat weapon. But it's funny, in the chat, if you can see it, the killer, he was saying Ed forgot Bones to Peaches, so he was like, you have a twisted bow but can't afford Bones to Peaches, so he was kind of riveting him. It's all good fun though, so quite humorous. And this is the one you want to pay attention to. So just a standard kill, nothing special. And all these kills went really, really well. Okay, dies, and boom. Armadyl Chestplate. It just works out that, like, whenever we get a drop, I never record the live commentary, because where my brother is, he like blows up, like his friend sees the green line. My brother's just like focused on like killing the minions, and he goes nuts, like he's like whoa, 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 whoa. And it's like what so very cool. That's what makes all the trips worth it. And Ed's been dry for a long bit, not just at this boss but other bosses too. So that's always a good thing to get the drop. So thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and all that other stuff I'm supposed to say. If you have more questions, I can go in more depth. I know this wasn't like a very thorough guide, but I kind of wanted you to, or encourage you to go up and try bosses. Like, that's how I make a lot of my money. And I'll see you back. Thanks, guys. Peace.